Hi, welcome back to the Dylan Rounds case. Whilst boots on ground investigations by the general public are toned down because police are currently investigating and that's what the family want, there are still people online like YouTube doing live streams, call-ins to discuss the mystery, theories and updates along the way. There is one investigator who has been boots on ground and also done other videos too, known as Salty3Pancak3s. The reason why they stand out is from my experience when I was covering the Kenny Veach mystery, and you came across the odd few channels that popped up with a cryptic video or two with some information, may have showed themselves and stuck around for a bit. They had a bit of a mysterious presence about them. What were they about? What were their intentions? Why were the videos cryptic in a way? Why not just say it directly? You know what I'm saying? Some of you will already know that. And because of already coming across that, it just makes you think, does it make the case more mysterious? Does it make the case more deeper? Is there a secret meaning behind it, a hidden truth? Or is it just a form of chaos, confusion, and misinformation? Who knows? I know some people will probably discredit, abuse, and have a go at this individual, this investigator, just like I might have done with other people, because of things they're saying. They're not sticking directly to the facts. They're not directly listening to the family. Okay, fair enough. But sometimes you go off track, you go off road, you go down the dark little path where no one else follows, and you might find something. You might stumble across something that hasn't been covered before. You never know, okay? And that's kind of the presence I'm getting from this channel, Salty3Pancak3s. Now, they were originally the ones that covered the Montello footage when he was going around and also talking to Ty at the time. Shared that with you. Credit to him for allowing me to use that footage to do the analysis, which is good of him. I believe the video is no longer available on his channel. I don't know why, but at least was able to get like a version of it just to share it with you. Because like with the Kenny Veach case, things disappeared. Footage, comments, channels, and then what did you have after that? Nothing. So it made things a bit more difficult and it might have added more mystery than it's worth. So just about trying to get the balance. So instead of me sitting here like a blank piece of paper, I'm just going to take a look at Salty3Pancak3s' channel, see what it's all about, look at the comment section because that's where info could be discussed, talked about, shared. Let's see if there's any levels of resistance. Does that mean anything? Is there any truths or lies? Is there any key bits of information we've not heard of before? The only way to know is if we take a look right now, okay? So here is the channel, as I was talking about. It's got a collection of different videos, and as you can tell just by the thumbnails and the titles, they're not all directly to do with the Dylan Rounds case. The odd one is, such as the No Thank You YouTube channel that covers the Dylan Rounds case, and then that one, breaking news, boots on the ground, Montello, the movie coming soon, and then the press report with Candice Cooley, watch to the very end. I was just talking about the court case. And then there's one called Biogeometry, saltwater planting. Is that in Utah? I'm not too sure. And then just some other bits and bobs. There's another no thanks. Investigates LP dropped today. I think that's just like some music thing, but I don't know if it's like a diss track of the other YouTuber. I'm not too sure. I'm not clicking on all. And you got more Montello boots on the ground touring the town. And you see that just says 5 minutes. The one that I showed you was longer, but I think it's been taken down. Text chat now. Who's actually investigating the case? Utah Lake. Morning ride. So I just wanted to give you a brief overview just so you get an idea, because I know what some people will be thinking. They'll see these videos, vague titles and thumbnails and think, oh, this person's probably a bit crazy, or they're coming out with lots of random rubbish and not helping within the mystery, the case. You know what I'm saying? But we'll look at the comment section as well. I'm just sitting on the fence for now. Join 2014. Okay. So hopefully there's no copyright issues. I'm not playing the videos, but I've got to click on the videos in the first place to check the comment section out, okay? So hopefully there's no problems. I think, yeah, some of them, the comments are turned off, and I think that might be because of the odd few arguments at some point. Try this one. And what I mean, no, that one's turned off as well. How about this one? Comments turned off. There we go. At No Thanks Investigates. So No Thanks is a YouTuber who has covered the Dylan Rounds case, done the live streams, the long videos, like maybe covered factual information for the most part of it. A fair few people have suggested to me to watch the videos and stuff. Looked at the odd one, but they are quite long. So what's this really all about? Like, what's going on here? So the comments, what's this? Keep those boots on the ground because you've earned trust in Montello Town. Tired of listening to the windbags making click. Keep talking to the locals. So I guess this individual is just basically saying how, you know, all the other YouTubers are just waffling on, coming out with all kinds of false stuff, but this individual believes that Salty Pancakes is keeping it true, keeping it real, because he's in the area, he's investigating, he's interviewed the locals, so there's a bit more authenticity about him. That's what Umbrella Man is referring to. A few people agree. And what's this one? Here we go. Why not play the full Kurt Wadsworth self-incrimination interview? Question mark. Let's see what this is talking about. Better question is, why did he take down the conversation with Ty when he accused an SA victim of lying just because she didn't report it? Maybe because it shows him in the same light as Kurt. Now, I don't know if you can say it on YouTube, but SA is to do with... It's funny, it's because you're trying to do it without being censored. Basically, it's where an individual might get touched. Okay? So, what's down below? You got your facts wrong. I said I'm not going to go dig into someone's life when nothing is on paper. I'm tired of the hearsay. Get your stuff correct before striking at me. Remember the Amber Heard case? I'm not in this to pick sides and run a smear campaign. Plenty of others on that choo-choo train. You can go check it out. I keep it 100% real. Okay. People talk about bits of misinformation and stuff. Then he also said, for what reason? So it can be stolen and used for super chats on other channels, paid memberships. We already see how greedy people get for content. Should I do what others have done and put it behind a paywall? Give me a break, man. Some people do it for truth. Some do it for drama. Some just care to profit. I wanted the truth. You think people care about the truth or just the profits and drama? Real doesn't need to explain. Real doesn't need to show proof. Real does it for the facts, not the clicks. Real does it for justice, not for the super chats. Keep it real, my guy. So this person's quite passionate in what they believe in and how they act accordingly to a case like this. Okay. Now, this one says, sweetheart, I heard exactly what you said. Just as I was leaving a comment about your statements, the video went private. I'm not relying on the hearsay. I'm a survivor of, okay, when I was, I did not report, it didn't happen. So, okay. What else? I'd never harm or bash any victim, not my intentions, but from me to you, I wasn't there to gather past tense, strictly focused on the mission. I'd hope it's not true that individual would seek justice and put closure to her past. I'm definitely not one to open old wounds. I myself, for 16 years, was, okay? I know the trauma. No reason to get others involved. That has nothing to do with Dylan. That was an entire different situation I did not want to be a part of. It's not my business or my business to make it my business. So I guess what they're getting at is how certain individuals that might have been talked about within the case of Dylan Rounds, they're being pulled in as some kind of like responsible for Dylan's outcome. some kind of suspicion when maybe there isn't. And I guess Salty Pancakes is trying to, you know, clear that away so there's no confusion. People aren't being falsely accused. You know, you saw him talk about the Amber Heard case, how that went. It's false information, spreading things, being very vocal, and then it can lead to someone else's life being destroyed and ruined when they're innocent. So, okay, see where this is going. He took it down since he has common decency and empathy. Rather than play intel about someone who's not a named suspect, he chose to dead that issue. Seeing how you guys bootlegged it anyway, why ask? Exactly. Blah, 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 nothing to do with a missing Dylan. Okay, so you can leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. So, yeah. I saw a preview video. I didn't watch the interview video because I was simply too late, but I did see a preview of it where Pancakes was in a bar. It might be the Montello one. And he had the camera front-facing one on his face, and he was next to Kurt, I believe, and said, right, we're going to be doing this interview. We're going to strip all the BS, put that all aside, and talk about the truth. We're going to clear everything up. So, yeah. And I guess some people are questioning why that video was took down, or why another video was took down, the one to do with Ty. And it's saying, wait, with Ty, when he accused an SA victim of lying. Right, so what does that have to do with Dylan Rounds? So Ty, who you did see in the Montello footage, this person's saying that Ty accused a victim of SA, of lying of it. Right, okay. You see, you know, it's understandable how the odd bits of drama might have nothing to do with Dylan, his actual outcome, but some people are trying to merge it in. And I guess Pancakes is trying to avoid that. So maybe through certain comments and things mentioned, Salty Pancakes just thought, you know what, let's just privatize this video. Let's just take it down because it's getting a bit out of control, possibly. Okay, so we got that one. What about this comments there? There we go. Great information here. Have you researched the ley lines? I wonder if this information is connected with Dylan cracking the code. What? Dylan cracking the code. Check out some of Casey's work on the ley lines here and in other videos from Enter the Stars. Okay. Did you watch? Okay. So there wasn't too much discussion there about that part. Now we've got the press report with Candice Cooley. Pause that quickly. Unfortunately, comments are turned off there. Not surprised. Boots on Ground, the movie. Oh, a few more here. Okay. Right, let's just check this one out. Want to help and support our mission to Montello and get you the best content? Go look in areas of interest to you, the viewers. Ask hard-pressing questions. Take you on tour of the grain shed, farms, meth labs, secret militia facilities. Salty gets the best salt just for you. Boots on the ground. Would you like to be a sponsor? Ask Salty for details. Now, I don't know if they're being a bit sarcastic here or being realistic. Okay. Don't share it if it causes more drama amongst people. So it looks like things have already gone down. Okay. Maybe if I wasn't late, I would have been able to see that before. And he replies, only sharing truth and facts. I think there is a channel called No Thank You where they're embezzling money from viewers and hired a con artist / scammer like this guy Ty Corbin to do some silly filming and be dramatic. But that's just a rumour. Now we're getting on to the drama part. Now we're getting on to some of the key people within the case. Because, you know, that, what's it called? No Thank You. The No Thank You channel, as I said, has covered the Dylan Rounds case. A few people have recommended that channel, saying it's good. It provides lots of info on the case. You can keep fully up to date on it. And yet, supposedly, being called out as doing it for money, like the super chats, the super thanks. Because if you look at some of those streams, yeah, you do get people calling in, but you also get people donating money, donating this, doing this and that. And it's like, okay, so I kind of understand why Salty's pointing this out. When it came to Sean Horlacher, when he was doing the M Cave hike with Kenny Veach, the search for him, he did live streams. You may receive donations directly from the tops or in the streams, and that money was transformed into the GoFundMe in terms of him being able to go back out there and plan stuff. So you can say, like, by covering the case, he was recycling donations into making more investigations. If you want to call it like that. I don't know if it's the same case this time around with the no thank you, but I'm not going to be going on giving my opinions because I'm not in a position to do so. Plus, I bet there'll be more trouble if one was to do so. You know what I'm saying? But you can see. And the bit about Ty, they're saying Ty's like a con artist and a scammer. It might just an opinion, but what do you think of that claim? Do you think Ty is, or do you think Ty is a good guy, an innocent individual? I'm sure there'll be some people that will agree and other people that will disagree. Just how it goes. Is there anything else to look at here? What's this? Looks like the same thing. Oh, what's this? We'll be in Montello this coming weekend to live stream with Kurt Wadsworth and the rest of the circus. Okay, take you further into the life of Kurt, city of Montello, and even the grain shed. So where Dylan's vehicle was found, parked outside. Want to help support our mission? Okay, you'd like to be a sponsor? Ask for details. What's this one? Okay, so there must have been some form of response. Salty3Pancak3s received a copyright takedown from, it looks like, no thanks. Due to a copyright takedown notice that we received, we had to take down your video from YouTube. Video title, exclusive, Jim Terry helps Salty respond to why he won't release the interview. Takedown issued by No Thanks Investigates. This means that your video can no longer be played on YouTube. You now received 1 strike. Let's just check the comment section out quickly. Someone said, a big bully channel strikes your small one since they can't take it and YouTube just wants their pennies. Yeah, I can understand just that concept at least. Regardless of all the info and issues, that idea that a bigger channel can shut down a smaller channel, regardless of who's in the right or wrong. YouTube will favour the bigger channel over the smaller channel, either because YouTube benefits right now or in the future. They see a bigger growing channel as more successful and more forwards into the future than a smaller channel, so they'll listen to him more. What else is the same? Kids, don't be when you come. Okay, there's some random comments. Okay, so with the back-to-back drama, got a few accusations, claims, and cryptic videos, there's responses to that. Anything else? Now, it's an example of the actual video. It's actually from WWE Wrestling, Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family, during one of the Raw shows. And he had the candles in the dark and they were singing. He's got the whole world in his hand. It was just one of his like little spooky moments in WWE. It's like a promo, you want to call it. And this individual on YouTube has used it, I guess, in some kind of cryptic way to mean something else. You know, we've seen it with Kenny Veach. We've seen how people have done certain videos, maybe edited it, visualized it, made it with filters to make it look older than it is, or make it look, I don't know, secretive. It's just like all little methods. Not much there. Okay, what's this all about? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Yeah. Who's afraid to play the full Kurt Wadsworth interview? I wouldn't call it afraid. I mean, it's honestly boring talk discussing my wife's food. You're kind of sick in your head if that's what you want to hear. What are you? A bit of a An abrupt reply. Okay. Nice try with that weak argument, whatever. Did you listen to what he said? He literally says they said he is alive. Who is they and why would they tell him that? A singular psychic isn't a they. He also refers to Dylan speaking and saying, I'm going to call the authorities. Once again, speaking as a first or second hand account. And no, I didn't want to hear it, but I want to know what happened to Dylan. Listening to Kurt's words made my stomach turn. Nice try at deflecting, though. So from whatever happened, what went down in this interview with Kurt, I guess the reception wasn't too welcome to what was said. Let me ask you then, did Kurt sound like he was recounting things from memory or based on an actual description or a vague psychic tip? Why did he say he's so sure Dylan won't be found where they're looking and then laugh manically? Well, if that did happen, it's a bit odd to laugh manically. Ask this question. How come nobody has mentioned Kurt and Dylan being blood related? Question mark. Oh snap. Proof. Haven't heard all of the interview, but what product is Kurt bringing in from the Philippines making 200k a year online? Now, I did see a comment on my last video, although the reception wasn't as well received and a few people weren't too amused or pleased. When I was talking about the airport, the private one, and how are things being shipped out of that place, like drug-related stuff, and you see this comment here. And there was a comment on my video where someone said something about, oh, and this person is bringing people in or bringing things in from the Philippines. And then you see this comment here, Philippines, making 200k a year online. So is this individual getting out that Kurt is making a lot of money through drug smuggling? I don't know, but kind of weird. Are they related? How did you know? Did Kurt tell you that? Kurt and Dylan, yes, they are blood related. Dylan is related to not only Kurt, but Kurt is also related to, drumroll please, Candice. If you think Kurt has money, that's funny. You really haven't done any real homework at all. Go back to watching Airplanes. Very subliminal. Proof to what? I wouldn't think of it as bait. Wow, do you know what blood relation Candice is to the Wadsworth? Yes, she is related to Kurt by marriage or blood. Not sure which. Dylan would be blood related from what I've gathered. Could be just inside. Matter of fact, they all live around each other and all nicely networked together. This should explain to why she never once mentions Kurt. I always felt Candice knew more than what she was telling. I'm going to like my own comment. Right. Where did your reply about being the father's third cousin's sister's aunt's nephew go? You worded it better. It was justifiably snarky. Yeah, I'm sure Kurt is bringing in 200k by importing sweatshop bobbleheads or something legit. Someone handed him the word, remember? Did you listen to the full interview? They strike that video. It's coming back up. I disputed the strike. Right, so... Okay. So this Kurt's interview is supposedly the one that got the strike, which No Thank You claimed as copyright or something. That's what it appears as. Interesting. It's like magic. Oh yeah, because it's Mr. Bean. Oh, Mr. Bean. Magic. Yeah. Is there any others? So you got two more up here. Do you really know the truth? Patterns, signs, symbols, truth, eyes wide open, exposed. You look at those two videos and you think, oh, is that the typical conspiracy stuff, what you'd see on YouTube, you know, whether it is or it isn't. Just check the comment section out. Very familiar with this stuff. You saying this relates to Dylan Round's disappearance? Why does everything I post make you believe everything is about Dylan Rounds? You seem to think that my entire day in life. Get a grip. It's just one big Hollywood script. Why are you very familiar? Why would you think it has anything to do with the DR case? Nobody knows how to pay attention. Usually they need the flash on to see the picture, so it's all good. I sure did, damn, I flung right out of YouTube. You're going on the payroll in case of future reference. No YouTube crap though. But yeah, the beginning that I mentioned, I don't know if someone calls in and said you were on earlier, I don't really know. Which can someone thought you were Black Dove? This is all whack. What? Yes, just here keeping the craft sharpened. I was getting a little rusty and then shush. Lol, well, all these skills, right. Pretend to be Black Dove, just confronting with my presence. I would like to sharpen his skills, but he never listens to me. I think we could be a good team, but he seems to be a catcher, not pitcher. Right. Just ignore him. People are still hurt about things. Don't people on here take advantage of you, or you could take them down, stick. My brain is too tired. So this is almost like post-drama, post-arguments of whatever's gone down from the looks of it, from people. Right, okay. Final one. A few more comments. Right, what's going on here? Okay, we've got a few more. Who are all these people? You're not call them, but them is not they. They control them. I never forget the story of the fallen angel. You see what I'm saying? All this talk is either cryptic or, what do you call it? Figurous speech. You might get imperatory as well. Certain language used, not direct, more indirect, talking around something. They're not rich enough. This is just not to do with Dylan, this part. Here's a comment. So you aren't going to Montello to look for what happened to Dylan anymore, I take it. And then here, what's Salty3Pancak3s say? I thought your con/scammer buddy Ty Corbin is doing that for you guys. Isn't that why you and Doug have publicly announced to help him with donations? Don't worry about what I'm doing. Go do you, buddy. Or go back inside your cage. Don't you have some channels to gossip on? Some planes to look at? Why do you come here? I could run circles around you and you'd still ask when I'm going to run circles around you. You a dove or a pigeon or maybe a chicken, too scared to call me and talk like a real man, have to come in here and have chat. I leave this stuff up on purpose like a cat and mouse game. Your daddy Doug said it correct. I have real estate in your guy's head. I feel like this is too easy sometimes. Now please run to your papa and talk about me some more. So all kinds of stuff going on. Let's just see what's this. Okay, watch this entire. We need to talk about this. A lot of falsehoods added, an entire puzzle pieces missed, pictured altered to fit agenda inaccurate. Visual illusions plant seeds to grow in hearts and minds. Psyops in advertising. Symbolism used, however, misconstrued. Interested in obscure patches or visual pattern recognition without tech. Yeah, that's not to do with Dylan. And final bit, I think. Yeah. Are you trying to imply that the whole mess is coming to a head in Box Elder County, Utah? So this comment is a good example of someone interpreting this vague video as a form of symbolism and crypticness to describe the case with Dylan Rounds. So that's how they've interpreted it. You see how these things go on. Replying. I'm implying what the voices in my head tell me to do. I'm a little cuckoo inside my spaceship with some loose screws. Not exactly the type of reply you want to hear when it comes to listening to people. But then again, look, with the MK of Kenny Veach mystery, people who it attracted and how people behaved in it. So it's not anything new to me, at least, okay? I am both repulsed and intrigued. I guess I'm trying to discern if you are good or bad. I've lived many places, but Box Elder is just different than anywhere else. I'm in the middle observing both worlds. However, my intentions are always good and everything is pure from the heart. There are two teams on the playing field. I don't play on either, nor am I a fan of the teams. I'm more intrigued with the game and how it's played. Observing the game is different than playing the game. Say could be talking about American football or baseball, the analogy of that, but tying it into the Dylan Rounds case. It's an interesting situation, whether all the information is true or not, or it's a load of drama and a load of bullshit. That's what people will say. But it's just the way this individual presents themselves and the language they use. It's unique. There is none good, not one. Born and raised in Box Elder, more bad than good. And like you said, a whole bunch of grey. Something evil has happened to that boy, he needs to be found. Kurt seems guilty as hell. Hashtag. If you think Kurt is guilty as hell, just go there and ask him. So guilty he's not arrested. It blows my mind that anyone with a working brain could even suspect Kurt. Just because you don't like him, don't make him guilty and won't change the fact that he was with his family that whole weekend Dylan went missing. I'll just leave it there. So much more I'd like to say. Time will tell, I guess. Hashtag, see something, say something. Simple case made complicated. Simple. How so? Dylan is still missing. Where is he? Fair point. So that's about it of these videos. I might have missed the odd one, but you can look yourself. And yeah. So there is a key part in looking at these parts of drama, conflict and resistance, just to get an understanding of who is right, who is wrong, what's going on. Is there a misunderstanding? Are people not following the facts? Or have people uncovered a secret truth? And so on. You can leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the situation, this one specifically. But, you know, one thing I will say, just like with the Kenny Veach mystery, when you get these odd few individuals that just come along and pop up out of nowhere, they've always got something different about them. Each one kind of like unique, whether it be the way they sound, the way they present themselves, the information they have, how they just act different to everybody else. And like in this case, the way that guy, I don't know his name, I think someone called him Michael, just like the way he comments, it's cryptic, it's not direct. He's like using examples to describe something else. And you see that in his titles. And it's like, okay, whilst you do that and say that, is your reason for being like the secrecy, being cryptic, why not just get straight to the point? Or is there a reason to why you can't? Is it because of resistance? Is it because of like the copyright claims and all the drama going on? So you want to keep the stuff up, you want to talk about what's important and certain findings and information, but you can't directly say it. So you got to try and think of another way around it to get people's attention, maybe. That's the thing. And it's, you know, whilst it might have gone a bit quiet just recently with the Dylan Rounds situation, but then again, that's because police are working on it. They might have had like a breakthrough and they're focusing now. So the coverage has slowed down, but there is still people talking. There are still people live streaming, doing calls-ins and making their own progress within the case still and coming up with ideas. So it hasn't gone completely cold, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's it for now. Apologies about the aspect ratio. It's on YouTube. Yeah, so that's it for now. Thanks for watching and goodbye.